PC connected to a Cisco router, router to the firewall, firewall to the internet. Simple. Why? As I said, my focus is onto the concept, not the complexity. I'm not here to scare you. Okay. So we will try to learn the concepts, right? So that is sufficient. And I will do most of the labs. But apart from this, I also have a cluster lab. I have a routing lab and all that. There are different labs for different things. But those are things which I will show you and tell you when the topics that we are going to cover and all. Now, see here, what I will do is you can see the IP standards. So I'm using 192.168.1.0/24 to define between the PC and the Cisco router. So the IP on the PC would be 192.168.1.10. Here the IP would be 192.168.1.100. Let me start the devices as well. Okay. And the other interface of the Cisco router will have the IP 172.16.10.100. Okay, so let me wipe it so that I can show you how to build it from the scratch. ठीक है, wipe करने दो मुझे. Okay, and the firewall port 1 IP would be 172.16.10.1. Okay, that's what it is there. And this is the internet. Keep in mind the internet gateway would be assigning the IP to the firewall automatically because this is actually a DSCP server. Okay, so this gateway is mapped to the DSCP server, which is supposed to assign the IP in the range of 10 cities. So whatever IP you want to assign, you can assign. You do not have to follow my standards. You can assign whatever subnet and range that you want to use. But only keep one thing in mind is do not use any IP which starts with 10. Okay, 10 subnet is something which is forbidden to use. You should not use it because entire 10/8 network is given to the DSCP. So there are hundreds, thousands of labs that we have in our cloud. So everyone is getting the IP from that 10 series to reach to the internet. Okay, so please do not use that IP series. Rest all, whatever you want to use, you are free to use that. Okay, now whatever configuration change or the text what I have written on the lab will be synced up with everyone's lab, but the configuration will not be synced up. The config what I will do on my lab will remain for me only. You will not see the config getting copied to your lab. So each one of us will have a different lab in that way. Okay. I see some messages. How can I find lab credentials? Just wanted to know if Zscaler is replacing the firewall. If no, then why it is booming and more costly company. More costly company. Okay. Actually, more costly compared to this hardware firewall. Huh, okay, I will answer that. I think this question is something which I can easily answer. So I will answer that, but let me first show the lab and then I will tell you. Okay. Zephy, Matthew, the question that you have asked that how can I find lab login credentials? The answer to that is you would receive an email from our support team, network support, and that will contain the link and the username and password within that, what you have to use. Okay. Okay now. Okay, fine. Let me first show the lab and then Ajay, I will answer your question that why, like, is the Zscaler going to overtake the firewall or not? कहाँ था मैं? Oh yes. So I was turning on the firewalls, sorry, on the devices. So you go to the PC. This is a Windows 7 PC. Okay, brother. If you want, I can add Windows 11 also. But Windows 11 is giving some trouble. So that's why I moved back to Windows 7. Here, the only problem is that you have to update your browser. So for that also, I will tell you how to do that. Okay. Uh, so if I show you ncpa.cpl, okay, so see, this is the IP standard what I have mentioned. 192.168.1.10 is the IP. The subnet is /24. The gateway is 1.100. Gateway means the next hop, right? The next hop is 1.100. So that's what the IP, what I mentioned. The DNS is 8888. That's what you have to do, nothing else. Okay, once you're done with this, then you come to the router. Say no, because we are going to configure it by ourselves. And this is just a one-time activity, okay? Setting up the router. Keep in mind, we are not here to learn the router, right? We just have to facilitate it so that it simply helps to forward the packet. That's all. So we will do this enable, then configure terminal, and then you will write interface FA0/0. I think FA0/0 is pointing towards the PC. Yes. So the IP would be 192.168.1.100. So I will say IP address 192.168.1.100, 255.255.255.0. Okay. Now shut. That is what this is. It will bring up the interface. You will see the message. Interface is up. Exit. Again, do the same thing, but this time for the interface F0/1, which is pointing towards the firewall. Here, the IP address would be 172.16.10.100, 255.255.255.0. Now, as I said, whatever subnet you want to use, you can use it. I'm using this one. Okay, so no shut. Now, this will also bring up the interface F0/1. Apart from this, what you need to do is simply define a routing table. Okay, so after the exit, you will say IP route 0.0.0 destination 0.0.0 subnet, that no matter what the network is. Then you have to write the gateway 172.168.10.1. This is the gateway, right? Press enter. Now you do write, save the configuration by running the command do write, and please do verify, do show IP route. Okay, verify the routing table. Just make sure that the default route is there, and I do not see the default route. That means something I am missing. So what is that I'm missing? 0.0.0.0.0. Ah, that is sufficient. Next hop. Right.
Maybe you can try with exit.
This is IP is 10 172.16.10. You put it
Oh,
168.
yes. Good observation. Thank you. Yes, that's the problem. The gateway was not as per the standard. Now you see the default route is there. That was a good eye. Thank you. Now see here. So we are done, right? So we have saved the configuration and we are done. Now you see here is now we will go to the firewall, Fortinet firewall. I've wiped the entire thing, okay? Keep in mind, your freeware license is only valid for 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you have to do what I'm doing right now. Every 2 weeks, okay? You have to wipe the firewall and you have to do it. Do not wipe router and all, okay? Router PC is something which is one-time activity, but firewall is every 2 weeks you have to do it because the license is only valid for 2 weeks. Now, by default, to log in onto the firewall, the username is admin. Press enter. Password when it asks, do not write anything. It's blank. Do not write. Simply press enter. It will ask you new password. Admin. Whatever password you have to set it. Move further. Now you are inside the firewall. I've written the same instructions here as well. Default Fortigate login credentials. Okay, and this is right for any Fortigate firewall. Okay, no matter it's a hardware or it's a virtual, it doesn't matter. This is the method to log in. Now, what you need to do is you will first assign the IP. So config interface, config system interface, and then edit port 1, set mode static. I'm telling him that I want to assign the IP statically, that is manually. So set IP 172.16.110.1, right? 10.1/24. That's the IP what I'm going to assign. Then I'm saying set allow access, ping, and HTTP. This command is telling the firewall that if someone is trying to ping port 1 or trying to take HTTP access, please allow him. Okay. So that's what I need to do. Next. And I'm now assigning the IP. Okay, leave it for now. Leave it for now. I'm coming out. Okay, so I have assigned the IP to the interface. Now what I will do is I will go config router static. I need to configure a static route. Why? Because RPF check will fail. Okay, so I need to tell the firewall that where is the actual source. So that's why I will say edit one. So that is routing number one. So I'm saying set destination. So I'm telling him that if you want to reach to the network 192.168.1.0/24, then please go to the gateway 172.16.10.100. That is the router, right? And what will be the outgoing interface? Set dev. Dev means device, which is pointing to the interface. So I'm telling him go out via the port one. This is the routing what I have configured. This is sufficient. Assign the IP to the port one and allow this, and also set the static route for this source network. So once you are done with this, now see if you will try to access the firewall, you open the Chrome and you try to access with the IP 172.16.10.1. See, you will get the firewall access. It will ask you for the username and password to log in. Okay, you will get that. Now, the problem is that when you try to enter the username and password and press on login, it will keep on showing you same thing. So you are stuck in loop. I will not be because my browser is up to date. So you will be because of the compatibility problem. Your Chrome browser is not up to date. That's why it will not allow you to log in onto the firewall. So to overcome that, you need internet access so that you can update your browser, right? Currently, I do not have internet access. See, I do not have. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is not to give you firewall access, but it is to give you internet access. How would you do that? So I will first get the port 2, the IP assigned from the internet. Okay, that is the DSCPs and all. And then I will configure a policy, because without the policy, the firewall will never send the packet out, right? So I will say incoming interface port 1, outgoing port 2, I'll send it out, right? So that's what I'm going to do. So here I will say config system interface edit port 2 set mode DSCP. Done. Come out. End. So I'm telling him, get the IP assigned from the DSCP. It will automatically learn it. If you have to verify, get system interface. You see here, port 2 has learned the IP from the DSCP 10.0.2.167, right? So do not worry. Since he has learned the default DSCP based IP, so automatically a default route would have also been created. Now, why does that happen? I will tell you tomorrow when I will explain you the interface configurations. Okay. For now, let me just show you. Do not worry about the default route. Get router info routing table details. You can see there is a default route automatically created. I have created only one route, but default route has been automatically created. Why? Because it learned the IP from the DSCP. Okay. So you do not have to worry for the routing. Now, the only thing you have to do is config firewall policy. You have to configure the policy. So you will say edit number one, policy number one, set name internet. I'm just giving a name, whatever name you want to give it as per your choice. Then set source interface port 1, set destination interface port 2, set source address all, set destination address all, set service तो नहीं चल रहा है ये अच्छा service all, set schedule always, set NAT enable नहीं लेगा ये अभी को yes, because set action I have to set the action first, accept and then set NAT enable. Okay, this is the policy. And okay, so show firewall policy. This is what you have to configure. So I'm simply telling me that if the traffic is coming on port 1, and no matter what the source is, no matter where the destination he want to go, simply send him out from the port 2. Okay, so let him go. That's what I'm saying. And also I have turned on the SNAT so that he can reach to the internet, right? So that's what I've done. Now, if you will see,
Sir, one question.
yes, please.
In ASA, we allow, for example, we allow HTTP, HTTPS, and DNS ports for internet access.
Yes.
So here also same these three ports, or only HTTP, HTTPS is enough in Fortigate?
On the port 1.
In policy, for example, source, LAN,
No, in the policy, I
destination.
have told him to allow everything. You see this
Yeah,
service.
here, yeah, in live, live environment, for example, senior say you
There
allow
you
the
have to just simply go with an web, that is HTTP, HTTPS, and DNS.
all three, like in ASA.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Okay. Now, see, maybe these things are not making sense as of now. Do not worry, as I'm just saying. Everything will be explained to you when we will touch that respective topic, right? So we have yet not started the firewall. Tomorrow is the day one for the firewall learning, where we will touch the configuration. Okay, so there we will talk about all these things. For now, what I have done on the firewall, you just copy that. You just do whatever I have done. Okay, so now you see that my machine has got the internet reachability here. You can see that. And hence now you simply go download the Chrome, right? Download the Chrome, or you can update your Chrome from here itself, from settings or about the firewall, right? About Google Chrome, and there also you can update your browser. You can do that from here, or you can download the Chrome software and install it. Okay. But once your browser is up to date, then only you can come here and log in onto your firewall. And once you log in, you will see similar to this. Okay, there will be a prompt which you have to remind me later, something like that. You have to click. Okay, so that will work. Later. Okay.
In my lab, it's showing Windows 10. So this.
So if you have Windows 10, then you do not have to configure this internet access, because Windows 10 browser will automatically be compatible with the firewall. Okay.
Okay.
Okay now. Fine. So this is how you will see the firewall. Now, how to read it? What is that? We will see it tomorrow. Clear? So is the lab clear how to bring it up? Okay.
Yep.
Okay then. So that's all for the day. Okay, no. Wait. There was a question which I need to answer, right? If Zscaler is replacing the firewall. If no, then why it is booming and more costly compared to the hardware firewalls? See, remember I said there are two traffic movements, east, west, and north, south, right? Zscaler does not control east, west. Zscaler controls north, south. That's where its expertise lies into. Second, Zscaler is a SWG product. That means Security Web Gateway. It is the same product what is Prisma Access, what is Netscope, what is FortiWeb, or any other cloud-based solutions. Now, why the Zscaler is booming up? Because the entire infrastructure end-to-end is owned, managed, and maintained by Zscaler, which no other product solution has. Meaning Zscaler does not integrate with any other vendor to give you security. Like if I take an example of Prisma Access is a solution that is the Palo virtual firewall is spinned up on the cloud. And what is that cloud? GCP, AWS. So it is dependent upon the Google Cloud Platform. Zscaler is not that. Zscaler solution, ZIA, ZPA, is not spinned up on the GCP cloud or AWS cloud. No, it has its own cloud infrastructure. Okay, उसका खुद का data center है, खुद का उसका ये है. And it is located in all over the world. So that's why his solution is a single confined domain solution. It is not intra-domain where it involves multiple domain. And that's why whatever problem that the customer has related to the Zscaler is capable to fix it at its own level. He is not depending upon the third party, that is GCP and all, right? That's one thing. Now coming to the functioning. Zscaler's selling point is its simplicity, meaning unlike other vendors, Zscaler transition does not want you to change anything on the network. They say, for example, if you want to move from Palo to the Fortigate or Fortigate to the Palo or Zscaler to the Palo, right? Then there is a major change that you have to do to integrate that new solution within your network. On the other hand, Zscaler, nothing's as sort of that, because Zscaler simply says, hey, you install ZCC software on the Windows machine, Mac machines, Linux servers, jahan bhi install karna install kar lo. If you're talking about the firewalls, routers and all, simply build a IPsec VPN tunnel with my Zscaler data center. That is the ZIA product. Simply configure a VPN and I will handle the rest. So see, integrating Zscaler solution within your network is just setting up a VPN. That's what you have to do. Nothing else. Everything will be controlled at the Zscaler level. Now, yes, at the Zscaler level, like I said, that it has its own data centers and all that. So it gives much more features what now the SWG product solutions are giving. Some of that features are patent of Zscaler. Okay. But yes, Palo is also something which is catching up. But if you will look into the market share of Zscaler and the second competitor, that is Palo, there is a huge difference. Huge. And when I say huge difference, that means the Prisma Access market share is around 14%, the last quarter of what I checked. And Zscaler market share is 34%. So see the difference of the market share, right? So Zscaler is far ahead than the Prisma solutions. Now that being said, will the Zscaler overtake the firewall, or the days of the firewalls are gone? The answer is no. Because if you look onto the Zscaler, what the Zscaler is giving you, Zscaler is also a form of the firewall. He is also doing the same thing what the firewall does. Same thing, but at a different scale. And like I said, there are two types of movement, east-west and north-south. East-west movement is still managed and controlled by your on-prem firewall. Zscaler is not an on-prem firewall solution. It's a north-south movement firewall solution. That is SWG product. Okay. So your firewall is not going to die anytime soon, not in the future also. Clear?
Rohan, it means that this Zscaler is not on Prime device, right?
No, Zscaler does not give you on-prem solution.
No.
All its market share is based upon that ZIA and ZPA product. So it has three major products: ZIA, ZPA, and ZDX. Okay. And one software is called ZCC, that is Zscaler Client Connector, which is just nothing but a VPN software, just like FortiClient or Cisco AnyConnect, similar to that. Okay, that's what it has. But the thing is, Zscaler does not add any load to the customer system. Everything is taken care by the Zscaler infrastructure. So the ease of integrating with the Zscaler solution is pretty comfortable. That's why the customers are loving it. And of course, what it does best, right? So you know what? I think last year, in the early 2025 or late 2024, around that time only, there was optical fiber damage which happened in the Arabic Ocean. Okay, so something between the European regions, so that in the deep water ocean, the optical fiber got damaged. And Zscaler was the only product which was able to prejudge that damage कि impact होने वाला है. And he routed all his customer traffic through some different part, that is through the Russian territory. Okay, so it's like from the southern to the northern hemisphere territory. Okay, so he was able to route that, and when that damage happened, all the customers were impacted who were not part of Zscaler solution, and the Zscaler customers were not having a single impact. Okay, so that's where the power of the Zscaler came into the world. Then the people realized that the Zscaler is something really unique. The algorithm, the AI, ML, what they have is actually able to guess the outage and recover before the damage happens, right? See, once the damage is done, then you are taking the action. That's one way. And you took the action before the damage happened. That's the other way, right? So Zscaler is trying to hit that level, that before the impact happens, I can determine the chances of that and I can take the actions to mitigate that. So this is something which the Zscaler was able to do. And the Zscaler was the support, it's like the product company which told the entire world that the optical fiber got damaged and we knew it before it got damaged. Okay, so that's the power of the Zscaler. So like I said, end-to-end infrastructure is owned and maintained by the Zscaler. That's its power. Okay, so it has invested a huge amount to build its infrastructure. Although Palo is, I think, 100 times larger than what the Zscaler capacity is in terms of cash flow or in terms of the market revenue. But still, see, the leaps are done by the small people only, right? And that's what the Zscaler is giving the nightmare to all the SWG product solutions. So people are trying to catch up with the Zscaler with their innovations and all, but let's see how the world goes. Okay. But Palo is also coming up with a new solution product. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of it. PAB. So it
Well,
has
the
used the
main problem is nowadays whenever I am applying any job, okay, they are like, do you know Palo Alto? Do you know Fortigate? Do you know Zscaler? They
you
are
see, yes.
the main problem is Palo Alto and Fortigate. I have my own lab. I am practicing here. Okay, so I am pretty comfortable. But for the Zscaler, since there is no lab access,
No, no,
okay,
no, no,
until
no, no.
unless
See. This is not how you have to think. देखो जो
okay.
तुमसे ये पूछ रहा है ना,
हाँ.
first of all, think there are two things. Okay, let me give you something which is with reference to the job point of view.
Yeah.
So the people who are asking you about this, that do you have Fortinet, do you have Palo, do you have Zscaler, are the service-based companies. They
Hmm.
pay less, want everything, that you should know the entire world. Okay,
Hmm.
that is not a fair demand. First, second,
Okay.
but we cannot challenge the system, right? If he wants, and I'm like looking for the job, so I need to be ready with that, right? You say
Yes.
yes. You say was yes. He's not going to come and ask you, okay, show me the lab, what do you have? He will not come, right? What he will
Hmm.
do? He will ask you your knowledge, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's what he will ask. Now,
Hmm.
this is why I'm saying it again and on the recorded line. No matter which firewall, Fortigate, Palo, Zscaler, whatever, they are doing the same thing in the background. The
Okay.
way the IPsec behavior in IPsec VPN works in Fortigate, it works in Palo, it works in Zscaler. The
Yes.
process will
Yes.
not change. The deployment will not change. The use cases will not change at all. Then what will change? If you want to know, or if I want to prove you my knowledge about Zscaler, how would you check me about that? You will ask me the product knowledge.
Hmm.
That is easily on the Google. I will see. You have to just do two to three things. Okay.
Okay.
Open the Zscaler site and look onto their products. What is the product that the Zscaler gives? What is
Hmm.
these products doing? It's just a 2 3 lines. Okay, you have the power of the AI. Ask this question to them. AI will explain you in the layman term. Know about their product. Okay,
Okay.
ask the questions like, what is the unique features within the Zscaler's solutions that it gives? Okay,
Hmm.
so in that case, AI will list you some of the unique features what the Zscaler only has and no other one has, right? Just read
Yes.
about it. because the person
Okay.
who is asking you, he himself does not know it. That's the fact. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So now once you have got these terms with you and you know what these terms mean, now you can talk like a professional that yes, I have worked on to the Zscaler, because 95% of things across the product lines are same. Okay.
Okay.
It's only the
Mm-hmm.
terms. Like in Palo, you will call it something else. In Fortinet, I will call it something else. In Zscaler, you will call it something else. I just need to know about
Mm-hmm.
the terms, what you are using. Rest all the things are same. Clear?
Okay.
So do
Yes,
not
sir.
hesitate from that. And you do not need to learn. See, this is why you might feel that I'm sounding like a broken record, but from the starting of this class, I'm saying focus on the concept, because
Mm-hmm.
concept is what will carry you forward, not the product.
Yes.
Okay, because product now I am learning Fortigate, to tomorrow I will learn something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So see, there is an age, right? We cannot learn every product that is in the world. And why you
Yes.
want me to? Okay. So I will learn the concept because every product has to follow that standard. So if I know that, I'm good.
Got it, sir.
Okay. So that's how you have to do.
Definitely I will apply this. Like
Yes.
the
Yes.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for sharing this.
That's how I cracked through all the product-based companies. You name any top 10 product-based companies, I am holding the offer of that. That's how I cracked. I, if someone asks me, have you worked under this? Yes, ask me. Right? Although I have never touched that device, but I know the backend
Mm-hmm.
functioning. Tell me,
Mm-hmm.
you want to hear certain terms? I know those terms. I will speak that out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
be smart, right? Why to do the hard work?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Yes, someone is. I see one question. Can I have your? Oh man, see, contact number and something which I cannot share because, as I said, that I'm part of something, but this is something which I love to share my knowledge onto the training part. That's what I'm doing. Okay. But there is conflict of the interest, right? So the contract that I have is I will hide my name, identity, and my numbers. Okay. So I cannot disclose it because network domain is a very small domain. We will be working or talking to each other somewhere down the line. Okay, so that's what.
Okay,
And
Rohan, this lab, this Windows 10, I think it's not working because I am able to ping this firewall gateway IP from this
Mhm,
PC, but
mhm.
this 8.8.8 is not reachable. Global DNS.
So you're not able to ping 888, right?
Yes,
So did you configure the static route and all that, default routes and all?
yes, all that.
Share your screen. Let me see.
Hey, hi Rohan. Thank
Yes,
you
please.
for good explanation. Hey Rohan, I just wanted to know, see if we are using a physical hardware in our environment, and if we are having any issues, we go and collect the logs and try to identify the issue. So, how we will identify the issue if it is with the Zscaler side? So, are they going to always have OEM on the call, or exactly how it works? So they don't need an admin in the office for Zscaler product.
Yeah, they need, because the logs is onto the ZDX and the ZIA portal. Okay. So you will have the access. If your company has bought the license for that, then of course you will have it. But yes, the like I said, the infrastructure, because it's all a cloud-based solutions, right? So the logs, what has happened on the cloud basis, that is something which will not be accessible to you. So for that, you need to log a case with the Zscaler support, and they are the guys who can check it from the backend. Okay, so one is front end, one is back end. Front end is something which every customer client will have because you have bought that solution, right? So you can see the logs and all that, config part and all. But what happened in the back end, what really went wrong? So that is something which is only accessible to the tag guys. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Thanks, Rohan. Thank you so much.
And yes, someone was sharing the screen. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, Rohan, you have disabled this.
Oh, okay. I have given the power now. Please do. Show me the firewall first. Brother, show me the firewall.
Yeah, sure. Just a moment. This is
Run the command execute ping. Log in there first. Yeah. Execute ping 8.8.8.8. So your firewall is able to reach, right?
yes.
Okay. Can you run the command get system interface? Just wait. Okay, fine. Now please go to the PC, Windows PC, from where you are trying to reach.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please open the CMD prompt and try to ping the firewall? Ping the firewall, brother.
Sorry. My space button is not working. Sorry for that.
Okay, not a problem. I think your problem is with the gateway. क्या दिखाओ? I'm not seeing the output. Is it replying?
Yes.
Okay, so try.
I think this is Windows 10 problem. Can we revert it to Windows 7?
No. Wait. Just try to ping now. Ping 888. Can you open your Cisco router?
Maybe static route on firewall towards LAN.
No, enable. Run the command show IP route. Show IP route. See, there is no default route. Okay. That's what the problem is. That's why you are getting the error destination host not reachable from the gateway. Okay, 192.168.1.100. So that message was pointing towards your problem. So please configure the default route there, and then you will see that the issue is gone. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Take. Okay then. So let's catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow we will start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we will continue to learn about the common settings of the firewall and how to manage the administrative manageability of the firewall and how to upgrade and downgrade your firewall. So something around the firewall, so we'll see the manageability and all that. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Sure,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.